Wow. Oh, it was gone. It was fine. It's just blinking for no regular reason. Bow wow! It's Sly himself. Woo woo! Do 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 do. Down. Now, let's press start. What happens when you press start? You load a game. What happens when you press start? You load a game. It's that easy. Load the game. Ugh. Come on, Sly Cooper. What's going on, guys? Who can hear me? Who can hear me? Can you hear me? Miguel. I assume that's Miguel. I'm going to go with Miguel. I'm not pronouncing all those ones. Welcome, first-time chatter. Poisonous Dreams. I hear you're very toxic. Glad you're here. Oh, yeah, this guy's talking. Shush, 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 shush. Russian armadillo. Gotta love Tuesday on a Monday. Agreed. HM Archie. What's up, Skull Kid? Skull Kid Colin. Skull Kid Pumpkin. It's Tuesday for me. That's funny. Hand of Sly, you must be past the international dateline. Jaden Roberts, yes, sir. Miguel, heck yeah, it's Miguel, and thank you, and you're welcome. Brand Z, those are a lot of emojis. Is that a raccoon getting hit by a needle? And he loves it. Listen to Murray's music. Dum dum. Or is that the... That's the music for this world, isn't it? Yeah, my bad. My bad. I don't have any goods because I'm bad. Oh. Well, look. Murray found a glue bottle. He's so proud. He's such a proud hippopotamus. What a good guy. Some would say a great guy. Oh, look how strong he is. I'm so proud of him. It's a cane emoji, and the raccoon is Sly. Oh, it sure is. Where'd you get a cane emoji? How'd you do that? How'd you do that, Raj? For me, also watching from another timeline. Another timeline? I believe you meant time zone, but I'm going to stick with timeline. In your timeline, the 50s look like the 70s, and robots are in your microwave. Hey, guess what? I don't have the uppercut unlocked. That dude celebrated way too early. He's like, I landed a punch. I'm gonna shoot my gun in the air. Why he didn't shoot me, I don't know. It's that easy. Murray got another poo bottle. So proud of Murray. Guys, how's the volume? How's my volume? How's Murray's volume? He sounds like this. Can I thunderflop? No. Oh, there he goes. He should say thunderflop when he does it, though. That just seems obvious. Oh, I got up here before. Oh, there. Oh, I think it was a glitch. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. I fell. I meant time Linux D. The Disney Extreme? Volume is great. Hey, thanks, Miguel. Miguel, where do you hail from? Where do you come from in this wide, wide world of Cooper fans? And why do you love Sly Cooper? I like that they made me come out here to get this slideshow. Wouldn't we do that back at the safe house? Portugal! Alright. That's pretty rad, Miguel. Thanks for being here.
Need I mention that we're stranded in time unless we recover it? Well, anyway, it's useless to go after the train in the mine. Toothpick will have stepped up security since our escape. And
Their time machine technology, I like the idea of a relic from a time period, but I do have a question about it. Like, how does it work that a relic is from a time period? Like, does it go back to how old it is? Because wouldn't anything in the Egyptian Museum be from today and also 100 years ago and also 3,000 years ago?
The good news is that during the Toothpick
Don't ask
Appreciation
questions you're
Festival,
not prepared to
there are a
handle the
number of
answers.
contests, and all of them
Pumpkin,
will
please help me. Do you understand?
took
Like,
liberty
what is
to
that? How is
review
that
the
possible?
bare-knuckle brawl contest. Wild Man
I
is the
stopped
defending
asking
champion,
questions
and
as
he's
soon as I
sure to have
realized
the
asking
key on his
questions is
person.
unhealthy for me.
Sly, I hope you're feeling
Who
blessed
threatened you?
because you're going
An
to be
inquisitive
competing
mind is a healthy
in the
mind.
rookiest race of the West, the Toothpick 500. Frenchie happens to be the defending
Oh my gosh.
champ, so
Will,
make sure
Big
that
Will
it's
game,
his
I know you
time
have
to beat.
a question here. I'd love to read it, but Bentley is just jawing in my ear right now. This is a monologue. Oh my gosh. Chewing on a word salad.
They let Matt ad-lib too much with this game. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, none of that was in the script. He made up all of that. And they're like, oh, I guess we have to animate that now. That guy just walked right by me. There. Oh, and thus ends the life of Murray. All right, so Big Will the game says, "Hey Kevin, I've been a huge fan of Sly Cooper since my early childhood, thanks to my big cousin. After 2 decades, I still play these games every now and then. Thanks for playing a great role in my life. You are very welcome, Big Will the game, and big high five to your awesome big cousin." And I got into Sly when I was a kid because Sly was one of the few localized games I had. Yeah, I've heard that from a few people, that they fell in love with Sly not because of my voice, but because some other guy's voice. Which I guess is alright.
If that's true, what are you doing?
I should learn Portuguese. Then I could have more work. Sly, jump and hit the circle button. Stay away from explosives. Thanks, Drama King. Where were you when I died?
Oh no, not this mission.
This one's not fun, right?
No. No, it isn't.
Games are hard, man. Especially a game like this where it's just a series of different mini games.
Although I do love the line, weighing more than he should.
Yeah.
And then Murray's little face. It really affected him when he heard that.
It's like, wait a minute. I feel insulted.
Hey.
He also does that idle animation way too much. They'll look at the broccoli and stick his nose up. Now, there's no time here, right? So I just need to not die.
I know, it's like, I feel like 1 out of 10 times he pulls up the burger. Yeah, you must not die. That's the objective.
I can do that. And they drop a significant amount of health, so that should be fine. Just don't get jazzy. Just cheese the thing and move on. What's that?
We got 2 comments. One from Migueliel. Oh god, Portuguese is really hard to learn. I would just go with Spanish since it's slightly easier and more widely spoken.
Yeah. And I am. Thank you. I'm currently learning it on Duolingo.
Well, nice.
Yeah, I finally learned and understand that in Spanish, you say, I it buy, not I'm buying it. That took some understanding.
Yeah.
Like 4 years. And now I get it. Now I get it.
I used to be able to speak Spanish.
Yeah? And then what happened?
I stopped taking Spanish classes.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Just-
College, you were taking
Luckily,
language
I
in
went to-
college? Wow.
I had to for 1 year. My freshman year, I had to take Spanish again just because of GEs.
Yeah, the GEs.
But it was great because the summer after my last semester of Spanish, we went to Mexico.
Never heard of it.
And I was able to speak. Spanish when I
Nice.
was over there. So it was like the best possible use of my education.
Yeah, absolutely.
The following year,
Really? It left you that quickly? I mean, you could probably get
Yeah.
back to it, right? Like, it's not totally gone.
No, it's like writing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's there.
And hopefully for this
I get it, because it's a vocabulary. But the syntax would come back pretty quick, right? Like, that would... Well, I'm getting beat up. What am I doing wrong? Oh, you're supposed to throw guys at him? What's the strat?
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Oh, we got a question from Joral Jordan. Hi, Kevin. What's up, and how was your day? Also, I have a question. What's your thoughts on the actors and WGA strike? I'm really hoping that we are able to rid the world of AI within our union. I would say.
Oh, nice. You're a SAG actor. Right on. Yeah, no, I'm all about it. You know, it's funny because a little over a year ago, I had that stream where I had the AI draw Sly Cooper for us, and I thought it was hilarious, and it was like, look at this cute thing, and I was like, not really understanding where we were with that, and like, I just thought it was a cute tool and something silly. They're like, oh no, we want to replace humans with this. Like, you know, I had a friend who was on the writer's strike, and their sign said something like, corporate greed is bad, or have you never seen every movie ever? And it's like, you know, computers doing the jobs of humans. Have you not seen every movie ever? Like, what? Where? How are we here? How are we doing this? So yeah, obviously.
Has warned us of this day.
Exactly. We knew this was a thing, and the only people want it are the handful of people who get big fat paychecks for gouging the rest of us humans. So, you know, like like this is how you work in prisons, right? You find one snitchy guy to be on your side, and then he abuses the rest of the inmates, right? That's what the corporate overlords have done with CEOs. They're like, just find one human that doesn't mind robbing from the other ones. We'll pay him super good to betray every other human on Earth, and then we can hike up the rate of pharmaceuticals and you know, make computers do jobs for us. I'm just getting pummeled, like, as if this were the Union losing this fight. Why is he winning? I don't understand. I can't do it. And then, so my last thought on this, you know, in a nutshell, because you asked, and thank you for asking, is we've been through this as a nation back in the 50s. Movie studios used to own the theaters, and it was called a monopoly. We've all learned that in high school history. And then people realized that's really bad when corporations have monopolies over distribution, because there's no competition and they can control the whole supply chain. And guess who gets hurt? Both the consumers and the people working on the jobs. So we invented all these antitrust laws, and then tech companies come along and kind of fuzzy those lines. And then during COVID, they convinced the United States government to eliminate a lot of the antitrust laws that were in existence during for the last like 60 years. And so now companies can do all sorts of things that they weren't able to do. But history has taught us that labor wins this fight. The history is filled with revolutions. Very rarely do the people not get what they want if they want it long enough. So you can tell that from the CEOs making snarky comments like, oh, these people should listen and they're being disruptive. You know, Bob Iger, like, oh, this isn't helpful, and I wish that they'd want to contribute instead of calling names. It's like, you're afraid, and you know at the end of the day, the people will win. So it's just a matter of time, and it sucks that it involves a lot of suffering, and we lose as fans, because who knows the next time your movie's going to get made or the next season of your show. But I believe in the end we will win. That's my soapbox. Thank you. I reclaim my time. Is the stream still running? Did you hear any of that?
Yes. I think you were on mute for a little bit.
No, shut up. Was I? No.
No.
Colin, what are your thoughts on the strikes? You're in the industry.
I mean, I'm all for it. As soon as I heard about AI being a thing, I'm like, oh, this is a major issue.
Yeah.
like I started coming out right when I finished my first playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy. I'm like, we are playing into this narrative. This is exactly what this game is warning us about. I will say though, like I agree with you that I think eventually, you know, like SAG and WGA will come out on top, but I think a lot of steam has been fallen off. Like there's been like I have never been, because I'm not unionized. I have not been. I haven't been picketing. I haven't been on any of I haven't been out there, but I don't think it's helping the battle per se. That a lot of SAG projects, like SAG and WGA projects, are still like quietly finishing. So like there's like a lot of clauses in the strike. Like, if you are like a certain point in development, you're allowed to continue and finish.
Yeah, in good faith that eventually an agreement will be made. Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of think that like harms the narrative, because like it's kind of like, you know, like if you're on strike, if you're trying to make a point, it's like you kind of have to, you know,
Can't slow down now.
you know, like take the risk and be like, no, like we are not working on anything, you know, like we gotta apply the pressure, because like if you allow some like, you know, like House of the Dragon season 2 is allowing to continue, and it's kind of like, well, if that show's allowed to continue, then you can make a case for other shows continuing, and you can make other case for other shows continuing, and then soon it just kind of becomes, oh well, we're on strike but we're still working.
Right, yeah. What does strike mean? Well, that's a good point. But but those, I feel like those are more exceptions than the common, right? Like, it'd be great if it was an abstinence thing, like, well, we're all completely stopping, but most really things have. Right? Like, when most things have.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. That's what.
It's very tricky.
And there are lots of things that still work under the contract. Commercials are fine. There, you know, a lot of animation is fine. Audio's fine, and those are union contracts. So not everyone's a dick.
Video games.
It's just the people on screen, movies and television. Just, you know, the important stuff. But and now, VFX is unionizing, and how powerful is that? An industry that has been notoriously abused. And if they unionize, that changes a lot. You know, the cash cow that was Avengers. Those days, like, you don't get to live in that time forever. And that's what I feel like corporate America and shareholders believe, is that I will always earn money, and I will always earn more money than I did last year. Not only am I going to make money, like, we get a salary. You know, but I'm always going to get that plus more, like a yearly raise on top of it. And that's just not realistic. Like, not every movie can be a blockbuster. Not every movie can gouge its employees to be made. So, good luck, Bob Iger. And many other unions approach contracts in the next year as well. Costumes, obviously. VFX and directors like it can get worse before it gets better for them.
So. Oh yeah, and I don't think like you know, Disney and Netflix, they're not going to start feeling the pinch of all this until, like, you know, the next couple of months, because when the strike started, most of their stuff was in post-production, so they didn't need writers and actors. It's kind of like, oh well, you know, we can still release the stuff that's in post. So then once all the stuff that was currently in post is, you know, released, and then now they're striving for new things and they don't have them, that's when they're going to start to feel like, oh shoot, we need new things.
That's right. Well, they do. And they're under pressure from the shareholders. Like, we want both. We want you to make money, and we want you to make movies. Well, how am I supposed to do that on these guys? Just figure it out. Like, well, guess what? It's not going to work. So
I don't know. That's your job. We just throw money at you.
I know. Yeah. At you. Just you, though. Here's $13 million.
Yeah, just you.
Don't share that with anybody. That's just for you. It's special. You're special.
No, that's why they're the shareholder.
They only share with the CEO. That's right.
Yeah.
What's happening in the chat? Are other people agreeing with us?
Yes.
Oh, this is one of my least favorite missions, actually. Where's the shoot? Where's the shooting? I've done this many times on the stream with very limited amounts of success. Ooh, that was impressive. I don't even know how I pulled that shot off. Oh, Sly Cooper. Distastefully bad juju. Where you at? Oh, come on. What is happening? Get that Sly. Oh, things are happening in the stream. Oh, what? I never has it gone this well. Ever in my life have I ever done this mission this well. Oh, I'm gonna miss that guy. Oh, I'm still gonna fail. I'm still gonna fail, aren't I? Oh, is that guy good or bad? I can't tell. No! 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 I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. What do I have to do? Get a perfect score? Oh my gosh, I did it. Colin, I did it. Oh, slap me up some pumpkin. Oh, so good. I look like a pro. That was good. That was good stuff. Alright, what are you guys saying in the chat? Sly got KO'd, I agree. And I feel like a revolution is going to be soon. Ooh, a revolution. Didn't artists have the same reaction to photography as they do now AI? Yeah, I mean, and there's lots of places like this, right? Like, you know, now studios can CGI in backgrounds. That eliminated jobs. People used to go around and
the whole Disney thing.
Right. Well, you build sets. You don't need that as much.
Yeah, that was a big. I remember when they released that special feature for The Mandalorian, where it's like, you know, they have their like special sound stage where they can just put up any set they want on the screen.
Right.
And like immediately, my brother who works in film art, production design and stuff, was like, this is a bad thing.
This is bad. Yeah, and location scouts. Now I don't need a location scout. I don't have to set up crew, and that hurts local economies. So like I'm gonna rent your house for a week to film in it. Not anymore. I'm just gonna take 2 pictures of you and put it in there. So we've already seen the progression of that, and you know, technology has always been disruptive for jobs. If you dial back to the beginning of the 80s, there was a typesetters union that fought tooth and nail against the advent of the PC taking over their jobs to print newspapers, because it was somebody's job to take all the words and put them onto a machine and press print on newspaper. 10 years later, that wasn't even a conversation because PCs have become so ubiquitous that there was no point to a typesetter anymore, and the job just went away. And of course, the punchline to that is now we don't even have newspapers. So like, what's the point? So there's definitely growth and you know, growing pains through that. But the most fascinating thing I saw recently is that what we've learned through multiple court cases is that AI created material cannot be copyrighted. There is absolutely no legal precedence in the history of the copywriting system that an AI-produced or machine-based piece of artwork can be copyrighted. And there is no way, outside of some, you know, buying off some judges, that they can disrupt that, because we have centuries of copyright, decades of copyright law to back that up. So that makes AI very undesirable in that way, because if it's an AI-generated film or AI-generated art, guess what? We all have access to it. Your computer made it, and so I can use it too. So that's a problem. If you write a script or a song using AI, guess what? You don't own it. A computer made it. What are you doing, Colin? These are titillating points. Are you sewing?
No, that's the other one.
That's the other one.
I'm playing some craft.
The other kid.
I will not name.
How come we have another TED Talk from Bentley here? Alright, what are you saying in the chat while Bentley's talking? The gravity shifter, the Murray went down. Thanks so much. What's this say? Hey Kevin, what's up? How's your day? You asked about that. We talked about that. I've seen something like that surfacing on Twitter lately, but the actor was speaking the truth serum. Black Mirror IRL soon. I think that's true. It's the Let's Play curse. Yeah, no kidding. Let's Play. It's beaten him before a few years ago. Yes, it did. Thank you, Drama King, but not this time. Well, it was a surprise. Thank you, Ichiru. Oh, now it's time for the race with Sly. Yes. Hopefully those antitrust laws will come back. It's disgusting what they've been doing. I agree. Poisonous Dreams. Yes. Put that on a shelf, sadly. I agree. And I feel that the revolution is coming. So we read those. Okay. Then Ichiru Art, thank you for your concern for the barrels. Joel Jordan says, exactly. And you use bits to read it. So I feel like you should have to do it in a British accent. That seems right, right? Exactly. And yeah, bits for Brits. And they all act like they don't have the money to give us to actors so we can all get a livable wage to survive with, as well as have the bills to pay. Recently, they now have been upping the prices on the streaming services because of what we are doing. I canceled them all. Ha ha ha, by Jove. There you go. Thank you for the bits. Correct. I'm no actor, but I 100% believe it. Thank you, Gravity Shifter. I agree with you. However, this level always restarting you at the beginning seems so frustrating. Oh, you were talking about the other thing. Vicious Cycle, thank you, George L. Back again. I seen that, and it was truly remarkable to see that happen for VFX people, and also the animation industry have unionized and are looking to strike next year if they don't get a livable wage for their hard work, as they should. It's really just paid slavery as it stands now. That's what it feels like. All media takes time, effort, and blood and sweat and tears. All forms of media needs to be paid fairly. Amen to that. I'm confident we can all agree with you, man. Thank you. Bad Mojo, like in episode 5 of Sly 2. That's what I was saying. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Luke the Velociraptor? You guys are so chatty tonight. Enjoyed Armor Core 6 on the side of vibing with Sly. Armor Core 6. I think I was in Armor Core 2? I think I'm in an Armor Core 2? Maybe 3? Do you think we'll ever see another Sly Goes to KFC roleplay? I hope so. Yeah, Ichiru. Magical. That would be amazing. Carmelita supports the WGA. Is that true? You typed that. You typed that, right?
I did.
And now AI wants to PC workers. Yep. Get rid of them. What's up, Sex Zephyr? Tech Zephyr? Are you playing this on the PS3? This is Sly 4 on the PS3. I do not do emulators. Well, I have to tell that sad story from last week, why there was no stream. It's public domain by default. Makes sense, yep. Replying to... Yes, I am. Gotta love the doodles. Hey, Orlando, thanks for the sub. Welcome back. Anything else? Italian Sly accent's very funny. He said something about swimming in his mom's pasta sauce. Laugh my ass out. This is gonna be exactly the same. Murray pulled out a burger. I've never seen that one before.
That should never get old. That might be my favorite movie.
Oh goodness. Okay. It looks like I'm getting a phone call. What do you do when you're streaming and you're getting a phone call that you need to take? What do you do?
You answer it live.
Oh no, that would not go well. It's my 79-year-old aunt. So I think that she's moving down here to LA later this week. So I think she wants to talk about the move. So all right, we're gonna pause. I'm gonna be back. You're gonna be great. I'm gonna roll an ad. So Colin, you don't have to tap dance the entire time. Okay? So
Okay.
I'll be right back. Oh, goodbye.
For those of you who are subscribed, then it's just you and me. If any of you are subscribed and can hear me right now, give me some sort of emoji in the chat. Give me something. Well, let's find a way to completely derail this stream together. Kevin put his faith in the wrong person.
Luke, can you hear me? Arona Lotto, can you hear me? Oh, there's dogs. That means yes. Not sub, but didn't get the ad. Yeah. I got an ad. Okay, let's see. Any ideas for completely taking over this whole stream? What can we do? I could try to quickly learn voodoo and try to like manually take over. You know, it's like a puppeteer. That might work. Anybody know voodoo? Now the tap dance? Okay. If I tap dance, will that give us complete control over the stream? Let's start a cult while Kevin is gone. I agree. I agree. We'll call it the Cult of the Caped Raccoon, and it will be alternate universe Sly, where he becomes the respective Batman of his universe. He ditches the cane for good old fisticuffs and just beats up his enemies real bad.
And we're back. What did you do, tap dance? Oh, can you not hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you can hear me. Good.
I can't hear me. My improv is just not on par today.
Oh, yeah. Did you try to improvise for the stream? It's hard when there's nothing to do. So
It really is.
I
have newfound respect for you and what you do.
Yeah, I think you're hard on yourself. You're a pretty decent improviser. You've made me laugh many times before. I always find when in doubt, just tell a story. Make it up or not. Just as long as noises are coming out of your mouth.
That's true.
Never have dead air.
I've sometimes made up stories that are too believable, where things get started when they shouldn't have.
And that's why I'm president.
The excuses I used to make for when you couldn't stream, people would believe them no matter what I'd say. Like, there was one time where I said, like, oh yeah, Kevin can't stream because he's fighting a really hard boss.
Oh, I saw that one.
And privacy. And everybody in general was like, oh, I wonder what boss he's fighting. And then there was discussions about what boss he was fighting.
Guys, that was, yeah, it's like, I have that happen. You and I must have the same problem. At my, what's it called? When you have the night before, or the couple days before the wedding, you have a party with everybody that's going to be in the wedding. No, that's a good guess, but it's everybody. You have your parent, wedding shower? No, it's like usually the night or 2 nights before the wedding. You have a reception dinner. It'll come to me later. But so my wife, gave all of her bridesmaids personalized gifts, like made little things for each of them, and it was all very touching. And she called each of them up and had said a little thing about it, and gave them each their gift. And I thought it'd be funny. I just got everybody like thermoses, I think, like coffee thermoses or something. And so to make fun of that, I was like, oh yeah, each of these are personalized. And I thought it was clear as day that they were just 5 identical thermoses. And so I would pretend to read it, or like kind of read it and say their name and send them up. And they all sat down there like, wait, how is this personalized? Where does it say my name? I can't see my name. I was like, oh, I was kidding, but I guess it wasn't that funny. I think people just wanted to believe that I was fighting a boss. That was it. Also, I've definitely fought bosses so hard before that I had to turn off the stream. That has happened. And then I come back and go, I beat it! I beat it!
You gotta activate full gamer mode sometimes.
That's right, and like no distractions. Somebody's asking if this is my first playthrough of Sly 4, and I think that would be amazing if that was true. How have I gone over 10 years without playing this game. Like, that seems impossible, but but I'm sure there's lots of voice actors that have never played their game, right? But why would I stream it? Like, why would I be like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Launch a Twitch channel. I like games. I like games, man. I play them all the time. I played the Atari 2600 for all of 1985. And then we finally got a NES. It's so good. I remember playing Pac-Man. Oh, was it a sub or a gift?
It looks like a sub.
Oh, I'm supposed to sing a song. What's the name? Pulsed
mode.
Pulsed mode. Gotta corrode. Hold it together. Don't be a chode. Wait, can I say chode? Is that okay? Is that that used to be an offensive word.
No, but yeah.
Licking on the frogs and maybe a toad. Thanks for the sub. It's a lot to behold. You're gonna be here and I'm totally sold. Hey, it's easier. It's interesting what you're doing. It makes it easier to rhyme. I feel like it's easier to rhyme playing Bentley's Hack Pack than it is to, like, be pulling off a caper. That might just be me. Everybody else should try to rhyme. There's this one exercise that I read about in an improv book that I then tried as part of an essay for a theater, where you count backwards from 100 while writing a story at the same time. Typing, and counting out loud backwards from 100. And right around 18, my brain just about collapsed in on of itself. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. I recommend it. Everybody should try it. Take that, robot eyeball. Oh. Sick burn, bro. So, Colin, what have you been doing with your life? How was the hurricane for you?
Was it also non-existent for you?
It was not at all what we anticipated. I mean, it was a day of rain, undoubtedly.
Yeah, it was really watery. And there was that earthquake that I didn't feel, but my parents did.
Yeah, I didn't feel either, but my wife was like, why are you shaking my chair? Wait, that's an earthquake! I'm like, oh, I didn't feel it. I think we're okay. And it was funny because she's the hurricane expert, and I was like, she was educating me, which I think was really redemptive because I spent a lot of time educating her on earthquakes, and then we still had one. But we prepared for wind, and lots of it. Like, we spent probably an hour the day before prepping the backyard and the rest of the house. I bought water. You know, we were ready for power outages and copious wind. And all we just got was, 8 hours of rain. Heavy rain. Not the video game, but like the water from the sky kind of rain, just to make it clear. Oh, I tried to get cute there. I thought maybe if I go closer, it'll go faster.
More damage.
Well, it'll go faster, right? Because the next bullet starts when the previous bullet makes impact. Is that not right? Or is it on a permanent... Oh, no, it is. Yeah, it wouldn't make it go faster. It's at a rate of fire.
The best strategy for the eyeballs is just board all your grenades and then just spam them.
Oh, I forgot about grenades. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. I almost had it. Oh, I'm out of grenades. Oh, no, that was my face. My beautiful face. My beautiful turtley face. So, don't break a shell, man. So my sad story from last week was that I was really hoping to get my GameCube up and running for the stream, and I couldn't. I disassembled it. I got an ohm reader from Justin. Went over to his house at like 9:30 at night so that I could test it. Adjusted the potentiometer on it, which I didn't even know was a word. It's like how much intensity the laser has, and whole thing was apart, and it never started reading discs. There was nothing I could do about it. So after hours of that, I finally gave up, and I was like, well, I guess I have a non-working GameCube. And And so then I was like, well, I did it because we've been playing, my son and I have been playing Pikmin 4, and I own Pikmin 1 and 2 on the GameCube, and I was like, I wanted to show it to him. And so I was like, well, I guess I can always get an emulator and a ROM. And so I found Dolphin, which is a GameCube emulator, and I downloaded Pikmin, and I put it on, and I was like, oh yeah, these games aren't in HD, this looks terrible. Because even like, when we play Sly 2, it's not the PS2 Sly 2, it's the PS3 Sly 2. It's the HD remaster. And games not in HD are significantly more painful to look at. So I realized, well, I'll just get Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch as HD remasters and be done with it. So, but it was fun to take apart the GameCube. Have you ever taken apart a GameCube before?
No, I am deathly afraid of opening up my consoles. I had to for my PS3 when a disc got lodged in there, and it's terrifying.
What did you do? I've never taken it. I'm using a PS3 right now.
Oh, it was the Yellow Light of Death, and I had to buy a replacement, but my copy of PlayStation All Stars was stuck in the old one, so I had to.
You had to get into it. So there was nothing to lose, right? Because you bought a.
Yeah, it was a low stakes scenario, but it was still like, I guess it was the risk of losing
the disc.
PlayStation All Stars.
Yeah.
Which I just bought.
I'm very grateful I've never had the yellow Ring of Death, because I don't know what will. I love my PS3. I mean, I use it every week on this stream, which is hilarious.
Is it a Fat Boy or a Slim?
I have a Slim.
Okay, yeah, the Fat Boys will. I've had two Fat Boys that yellow lighted.
And the Fat Boys, the ones that look like George Foreman grills, those were backwards compatible, right? The very first gen.
Yeah, that's why they were so like handy, because you can play everything on it.
Right. Yeah.
But they will overheat and explode.
It came at a price. The price of buying it more than once.
Like months of
right.
Backwards compatibility before you have to get a new one.
Well, and then they stopped doing that, right? They're like, oh, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, where'd my water go? What'd you do with my water, Colin? Where'd it go?
I thought you were done with it.
Okay, I gotta go get it. Hold on.
Nobody tell him that I drank the rest of his water. It was that fancy Fiji stuff. I can't just let it go to waste. Spare tire, you still does your fat PS3 still work? If so, don't boot it up, because it probably will get the yellow light as soon as you turn it on. I once opened my PS2 console to clean the inside, but I didn't want to go any further because my old PS2 console couldn't read blue or PS1 discs. Yeah, that's what's happening with my PS2 right now. I've got like, I mean, luckily it was for me. It was all the like.
Okay, that's embarrassing. It was on the other. It was on the other side of the house. It wasn't even near. Like I haven't had water this entire time. How am I supposed to stay hydrated?
You gotta have that melee Marth grab range. The Smash players out there would have got that reference.
That was pretty good. That was good. Oh gosh, what's happening in the chat? I opened my PS2 console to clean the inside, but I didn't want to go any further because my old PS2 console couldn't read blue or PS1 discs. Yeah. Well, PS2 wasn't HD, so it didn't read Blu-rays, right? I feel like the PS3.
No, but it had the blue discs.
Oh, I don't know what that is. What does that? No. What does that mean?
Some PS1 and PS2 games were like the discs were blue.
Oh, why? Interesting.
I don't know. It was weird, but like some of them were blue, but for whatever reason, like when your disc drive ages, those are the first to go. Like some PlayStation game discs were blue, some were black. Those were always the ones to go first. So like right now, my PS2.
Meaning that it couldn't play them anymore. Like, it didn't know how to
you put
read
it in,
those.
and
Got
then
it.
the PS2 just starts like freaking out.
It's like, what is this? An Xbox disc? Get it out of here. Spit this out. I do remember black ones. I don't remember any blue ones. But it's interesting because I kind of did that math of like, oh, the GameCube is super old. Like, that's why it looks so ancient. But I was like, oh, the PS2 as well. And I think it has to come down to that, to the HD quality of things. Like, we're still kind of in the era of the PS3. Anything before the PS3, anything pre-HD, is just, it's from another time. Like, you can't hang. It doesn't translate. So, like, I have a Game Boy Color and I have a Game Boy Advanced, and they're not in HD, and it shows. Like, you can really tell. So.
Yep. I bought my first Game Boy game since like
Why?
2004.
Why did you buy a Game Boy game?
It was a copy. So there's a retro game store near my studio.
Yeah.
And I checked their inventory every once in a while. They had a copy of Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. And it's like, well, dang it. That's, I'm a big Banjo shill. I should probably get this.
And you were right. And so you did.
Well,
and so what Game Boy? What generation?
Game Boy Advance.
The GBA. Yeah, nice. Now, the GBA could be a cool device if it were in HD. Like, there have been many times where I fired it up and I'm like, this thing's cool. It's fun to hold. It's great. But then the moment you turn it on, you're like, no, there's nothing here.
One of these days when I'm feeling a little more financially irresponsible, I'm going to get the attachment to your GameCube that lets you play your Game Boy games on a TV.
Oh, now who made that?
I don't know. I just know they exist. Like, I think my retro game store, for example, has them for like, I want to say like $100, $150. It's like, I don't need it. I don't even play Game Boy anymore,
but I could, and I would if I had it. I love there's just a pile of gold.
On Ruby on a big TV.
How in the world would a Cooper not steal all of this money? I mean, those gold bars are bigger than his chest, and there's stacks of them here. I mean, come on.
Not about the money, it's about sending a message.
Is this the same thing? Did I go? Okay. But, and then how does it work? Is it wireless or is it connected to the screen? Like, is it wired?
So it's like connected. It's like connected to. So what you're attaching to the GameCube is like a Game Boy cartridge reader.
Oh, okay.
So like you're playing. It's like you insert your Game Boy game into the GameCube essentially. So it's not going to be HD. It'll still be.
Yeah, it can't be. It can't upscale. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey there, first time chatter. Oh, thank you for the bits, Vivian007. A pile of cheese blocks. That's funny. But is it wired or is it some sort of Bluetooth situation?
Oh, it's wired.
It's wired, and so you.
It's like sits at the bottom of it, so it's like you attach it to the bottom of the console.
Because the Game Boy Advance, the cartridges went on the top, right? I have one sitting right here, yeah. And so does it go in the port on the bottom? Or the device?
It doesn't attach to the game,
right, it goes in the thing. Oh, I see, but then it like hooks down and then the cable goes that way. And so when you play, you should play looking at the screen, but you get to hold the Game Boy controller as a controller.
No,
that's pretty cool.
You're not using the Game Boy at all.
Oh, really?
You essentially have like an attachment for your GameCube that you stick at the bottom of your GameCube that has a Game Boy cartridge reader. And you put the cartridge in and you play your Game Boy game with the GameCube controller.
And with any controller.
Yeah, any like GameCube controller that plugs into the GameCube.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. It always seemed like something that'd be nice to have. It's just like
But so you need a GameCube then. That's the missing component. So this was this was a real thing back in the day. This wasn't this isn't a hack from now. This was something they made.
This was like an official Nintendo product.
Oh, that's pretty rad. I had no idea. Oh, I don't remember what to do. I think every time I do this mission, I'm like, what the hell are the controls? And what am I supposed to do? Okay, I stay in the costume. I never leave the costume. But now I'm not in the costume.
Yeah, for some reason, the button, like, this boss is so hard because you have to swap between so many different things, and the
You
buttons
do.
always feel counterintuitive.
They do. Thank you, Colin, for once again affirming my feelings. You're so good at that. What? Okay, what is ball? Ball is this button. It doesn't feel
So
right.
whatever button you press to turn into prison guy,
Yeah.
you press the other trigger to ride it.
Right. That's not confusing at all. This is like more complex than Portal.
Need to dodge this wrecking ball.
Oh, he's already dead. Sly's already dead. Oh, I have to do it all again. Yay! Get out of the
It
way!
also doesn't help that they replay the same cutscene for Toothpick over and over.
Do they? Okay. Oh, and my aim is terrible, and that's how I leave. Okay, so, but why would I roll? It feels like, oh, okay, okay. I think we're gonna play a different video game now. Oh, this is just, this is not.
We're switching to a save file where you've already beaten this boss.
Some reason my brain won't let me do that. I'm like, no, we must go in order. Although I've definitely played all of this game multiple times. Thank you for the question. Multiple times. Multiple times. Oh, no.
I think I've seen you stream episode 3 or 4 of this game.
What? Which is what?
Prehistoric place and medieval times.
Oh, definitely medieval times. I mean, I've beaten the whole game on screen, but maybe you. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I wasn't born yet.
You weren't born yet. You weren't here. I think this is my 3rd time through this game. Maybe we'll play it different. There's other Sly Cooper games. Oh my gosh.
You gotta get to Fred Tatasciore.
Get Fred Tatasciore out of here. Is there anybody in the waiting room that wanted to chat with us?
Yes, we have some folks who are waiting to chat if you are inclined and ready.
I am. Bring them in, and it'll help quell my just visible frustration with this level.
All right, so I'm gonna bring them in pairs.
In
starting
hairs?
in pairs of hairs. We're gonna start with Cole and Amelia Cooper.
Cole and Amelia Cooper.
Welcome.
Welcome to the arena. Hi.
No reverse. Hello. I didn't actually know if we were actually gonna do.
And yet, here you are.
How is everyone doing?
Oh no, what's happening?
He's got a voice going on.
Wacky voices.
AI from the server.
I feel like that would have been like the most groundbreaking comedy for a morning radio show circa 1988. Like that had just been like, oh my gosh, they have a robot. How did they do that? Where did they get the robot? Okay. They got robots on the radio.
How are they doing that?
Oh. Oh, jeez.
I can even
Make myself sound super good.
We could use that next time we play Mario Kart to just taunt
guess I
everybody.
could expect them to fight fair.
Oh, you wanna what? I might not even play Mario Kart. I'll just stay on the voice chat.
I'm right here.
This is just
Wait a minute. I was like, wait, that's not the game I'm playing. Hold on. Am I the imposter?
Here Among Us and was like,
Okay, the fact that I didn't change my costume, but they did. Is that a tip that I shouldn't do that part in costume? I think so, right? That makes sense. They're trying to help me out.
Yeah, they're trying to help you out.
Well, they're wrong, because it's the worst.
Did you forget your
Oh, so Kevin, if you'll look in the there is that has themes for Twitch.
It's what for Twitch?
It's like a theme. I don't know what you call it really.
Oh, sure, the Twitch themes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the video layout sort of thing.
No way to jump these twisters.
Oh, that's fun. People making money off of that.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's like legitimate. Wait, that's not a Sly. That okay? Wait. Oh wait, is that a VTuber model?
It's not a VTuber model. It's a Twitch sort of like video layout thing.
Yeah.
You put it in voice chat? Where'd you put it?
Yeah.
Voice
In voice
chit chat.
Oh, voice
That's pretty
chit
fancy.
Yeah.
Voice chit chat, I see. There's a lot.
They even put the pasta sauce guy in there. They know their audience.
Yeah. They know for rankings of characters in all the Sly Cooper games, it goes Sly Cooper, Pasta Sauce Man.
Well, at least Sly remains on top. So this does look pretty good. So Etsy is such an enigma to me because this is absolutely copyrighted material, right? Like this, they do not own this, and yet they built this entire thing, and they can just put it on Etsy and get money for. Like how? How does that work?
Yeah. Well, with laws like that, I mean, I have no clue how exactly that works.
See, the issue with them is that they've specifically made it specifically Sly Cooper, and they're legitimately like using the Sly Cooper like logo and all that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah. But so many
if
do.
they had instead just made it Raccoon or Sneaky Raccoon thing, and just made it sort of like look kind of like the style without actually, you know, using any of the sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's
but
technically not copyrighted.
Sure.
What they've done is copyright infringement, and if Sony watches your stream, wait, no, you didn't open up the.
I did.
You didn't.
But Sony doesn't watch my stream. But Sony watches Etsy, and we, you know, we had our friend who makes lamps using the Sly Cooper logo, and Carmelita and Bentley and Bird, and nobody stops that. You can make crochet people. I have a button machine now that I got for my kids. I made a Sly Cooper button. I could open up an Etsy shop where you could get Sly Cooper buttons made by me, and Etsy is like this utopian playground where copyright laws don't seem to affect. I mean, just type in Sly Cooper in Etsy. You're going to find other people making stuff, or any property. It doesn't matter what it is. And for some reason, they can do it there, and I have yet to care enough to find out why.
Basically, what the reason is a lot of companies see this not as like a dip from their bottom line, because a lot of them aren't actually making this stuff. What they see it as is free advertising.
Which is what this is, which is what Twitch is.
That's what a lot of companies do. That's what a lot of companies do. They'll see, like, they allow, because technically every single piece of fan art that anyone has ever made, that's technically illegal, because you don't own the copyright to the IP.
No, that's
you don't
not.
Have a license.
No, that's not accurate. You can recreate anything. There's nothing stopping you from that. You cannot put it for public consumption, and you cannot sell it. That's the thing. But there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like those artists that you see there. I meant more like taking commissions for people,
Yeah.
or you're buying it.
Yeah.
People are buying it from you, that sort of thing. That was more like my sort of kind of.
But you can go to Artist Alley, and there's some legal mumbo jumbo. You know, artists can make art books using pictures of Wolverine. But the moment you have Wolverine engage in a plot, they're gonna sue you. Like
There's a lot of weird copyright stuff things, but most of the time unless you're Games Workshop, most companies don't care about fan art and people selling merchandise with their stuff. I think there's also Toby Fox that kind of had like a little bit of an issue with it, but it was less of a, hey, I don't want you to do this because I don't do it, but it's like, I'm not a giant company, I do kind of still like somewhat need the money. Kind of not any, I mean, I guess still kind of, even though he has been like going around a lot of places, and I assume it was like a little bit earlier on in the Undertale when it was like just picking up.
I think, I mean, I could be very wrong. I believe it more has to do with whether or not the copyright holder wants per se a source.
One
Could be
piece of
wrong, but I believe that's more or less how.
One piece of copyright infringement that I'm completely and totally baffled hasn't been taken down yet because of the group that it's infringing on and the intent behind the actual games is those PETA Pokemon games that are still up to this day.
I don't know those. What are those?
PETA, back when Pokemon Black and White, and I think Black and White 2 first came out, they created browser-based Pokemon games that literally just used the Pokemon sprites from the games recreated, and basically with the express purpose of we're trying to spread the message for people to not buy these games.
Oh wow.
So it was directly trying to hamper Nintendo's sales, and still
Why did they hate on it so much? Damn it.
because it's PETA and they think Pokemon is animal abuse.
Oh. Well,
I typed in PETA Pokemon and the first few things that popped up are
Yep, it's Pokemon Black and Blue and something
red, white,
else.
and blue, and unofficial PETA parody, and then black and white.
Yeah, they
oh
do
well,
the parody thing, but at the same time, it's like if your parody's entire point is to, you know, impact the sales of the actual product.
no, but no. Again, that's parody. That's the power of parody, and it's an appropriate use of parody. So that's pretty exciting. And that's, to your point, that's why they still exist. I really don't like this level. I really dislike this level.
Yeah, I think this is the one boss that I always hate in.
It's not fun. I like this is. There's nothing fun about what's happening right now. The dodging the tornadoes is a little satisfying when you finally get the hang of it, but after, like, what is the point of this? I can't escape this now. He's got me pinned, and there's nothing I can do. I can't dodge. I can't roll. I just take the abuse, and that's it.
Okay, so PETA's got a couple more, as they call other animal-friendly games.
I think they
One
have
of
one
them is-
McDonald's too.
One of them is Super Tofu Delay.
No way to
Another
those
one
twisters.
is
We'll have to
Cookie
avoid them.
Mama Still
Yeah.
So weird. Is murder the game?
But that's their message, like that. Oh. Oh.
1 health left.
I was right there. I had 0.01 health, and it didn't matter. I screwed up. And I didn't get there fast enough. That was painful.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but okay, so get this. They have new Super Chip System, which is obviously a parody of the Mario Brothers. But so states their chip system,
Okay,
and yet they have mustaches.
that's funny.
Oh my god, it's been 13 years since Pokemon Black and White came out.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, that's just Japan. It's been 12 years since North America.
That's still pretty.
2011.
That's pretty wild. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. This is when I succeed. Watch me win. Oh! No! Ah! Remember that time when I was really good at that Carmelita shooting game? Do you guys remember that? Were you here for that? It was so good. It was a different time. How dare you? There should be a trophy for that. Get that done before. See, I can't. He's just gonna shoot me in the back. There's nothing to be done about it. There's nothing. Bentley's got tips for me. Sly, get good at the game.
So you can actually go out, like you can actually change your outfit and run between the things.
There's no reason. It's not fast enough. Okay, here we go. Oh, now the thing. Oh, damn, that was right in the face. Oh, they're right in the face. What is the PlayStation Portal? And probably not. Oh. And that's fascinating. Is it compatible with the PS5?
So it is solely compatible.
So it's like it does the streaming thing. You need a PS5 to play it.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds dumb.
It's the Wii U, but worse.
I was gonna say, but I can already do that. I can use my phone and play my PS5 from anywhere in the world. Why would I need a device?
That when you can spend $200 on a screen with half a DualSense on either side.
Oh well, half a DualSense is not. I mean, for $100, I bought a backbone, and it's a beautiful piece of technology, very satisfying to hold, and works wonderful. I mean, there's absolutely no feedback, no haptics, no resistance. So I get that, but I can do it from literally across the country. I've used my what is it? PlayStation Live? What is it called? PlayStation Stream? PlayStation Stream?
Now.
PlayStation Now? No, that's not it. What is it called?
PlayStation.
Yeah, Remote Play. Remote Play. I've done Remote Play on different coasts in real time and had a great time. So why would I buy a device that only allows me to do it here in the room?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I completely
To
agree.
give Sony an extra $200.
There it goes. Oh, what is happening? First time chat. Look at the raids. Oh my gosh, guys, it tastes like chicken. Oh, there's so much chicken. Oh, my mouth. No matter what I eat, it all tastes like chicken. Inedible chicken. Why? Please don't do this to me. I like food. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for the raid. Inedible tastes like chicken. Disturbing, but delicious. Raid was your idea. Thank you, Sonic Joe, for encouraging the raid. And welcome all of you. Confused screaming. Yes, Colin, are you here? Or are you just commenting in chat? Oh, did he leave?
I do two things.
Oh. He's still here. He's just screaming with me in his own room. Derek beat Pikmin 2, and Pikmin 2 beat Derek. Ah, congratulations. We were just discussing Pikmin. Is that why you rated us? Because we were discussing Pikmin? Did you play it in an HD, or did you play it in standard def? I must know. I must know now! Okay. This game is in HD, but it was born that way. Oh god, why? Armadillos be flattened. I would love to know more of the genesis of your screen name and how everything tastes like chicken. There's a lot of food-based screen names in this chat as well. We have floor ice cream guy, pumpkin ice cream guy. Oh my gosh, this is painful. I'm not having fun. Well, it's getting late for me. Take care. Good night. Boo's Scary Helicopter. Thanks for rating. Bit Nerd Games. He played the Wii version, and I think he went to the rest. I assume... Oh, the Wii version, yeah, because it was on the GameCube. And he popped it over there. I'm going to go to bed. Good night, Gravity Shifter. I kind of wasn't paying any attention about Pikmin. Okay, I just realized who said Zora thought that a moving pause menu was a good idea. It makes me slightly nauseous. Now that you've said that, all I taste is inedible chicken. So, thanks for making that happen. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for joining. Welcome to Gamerland. We discussed the strikes and HD remakes of games. Oh gosh, why? Still with this. Oh.
Did you hear they actually hired? Did you hear about the? I thought I read something about them hiring like a PR firm or something.
Mm-hmm. To do what? I mean, they do that all the time. So.
No, the people that the WGA is like going up against, like they're the ones. I forgot what the actual acronym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they hired a PR firm, and apparently, the guy that's like kind of leading the WGA strike, kind of just sent a reply of the tweet and said, "Oh, so you do have money."
Burn. Dude, they do have money because you can see the graph of the amount of money that they're asking for and the amount of money that it would compare to what they have. It's like an embarrassment. It's actually a distraction. If they focus on that, it makes them give up on the AI stuff, right? Like, starve you on your salary, because what we really want is the long game of being able to use AI. The money's not the question. They have the money. They can pay the money. They don't want to pay it 10 years from now.
I actually saw something that was incredibly related to AI, and it was in the most I think cringe is the best word to use for it. It was someone who was basically advertising that they were using AI art, but that they had gotten someone else to write the prompts for them.
Oh, that's funny. So they weren't even doing that.
That's how uncreative this person is, that they couldn't even do the baseline of, yeah, I can't even think of how to write this.
How to explain to a computer to create the thing I wanted.
Like, at that point, it's time to kind of just, like, give up.
Yeah. Maybe you're not creative.
Like, I'm all for people trying to be creative, but...
Yeah, absolutely.
If you get to that point, it's kind of like... You have, like, this tool that will automatically do it for you. And you still can't even take the time to just learn how to write.
Right. To do the least
even
amount.
The point of outside of making a visual of something that you might like, what's really the point of getting the art down?
There we go. I burned that armadillo alive. You guys want some fried armadillo? It tastes like chicken.
Wait,
it's an edible.
You attacked him with a ball?
Yeah.
Go with some fried armadillo.
That's right.
How many times did that take?
Armadillo. Too many. Too many.
Now, what I want to know is, which boss fight do you like less? This one or La Paradoxes?
Right now, this one. I used to, notoriously, I hated Ruby, Ms. Ruby. It was one of the 2 times in my life that I've actually rage quit, was in that boss fight. And then came back to it 24 hours later, on the PS2.
Okay, I was like, because on the PS3 version, I can completely understand rage quitting.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because it's like, it's so weird, because this game, like, mechanically, there's some questionable story things in the game, but mechanically, Thieves in Time is an incredibly well-made game. So it's like...
Yeah, mechanically, animation, there's a lot of beautiful things happening in this game. Yeah, absolutely.
The level design is superb. I am forever angry that they kind of dropped the ball with the the Arabian level. Because the Arabian level is by far the most beautiful level that
I've ever seen. There's pumpkins in that level, right? Did you know that?
No, now.
At least.
Yeah, Back to the Future 3, anyone? Good call. Good call.
As the van hurtled into the ravine, it felt like we were in slow motion. The thought that our adventure
But yeah,
flashed
so
through
like
my mind
it's so
as I
weird if you
braced for
because
the crash.
when I was bringing my
Then,
friend through the
in
games a
desperation,
few months
Bentley
back,
grabbed the closest
they were
thing at
playing
hand,
through the first.
Murray's
They were playing through the first
Australian
two games, and they were
fossil
doing the
necklace, and
PS3.
used
Well,
it in
technically, they were
time
doing
machine.
the streamed
He
version,
saved our lives.
and it's
Nice.
like,
We had
so it's
no
like, and
idea
they're
where
like,
we were
don't, and I'm
headed.
like, every single time, like some
We
like
held
bug
on
came, I
as
was
the
like,
van was
don't
sucked through
worry,
the
it's
wormhole,
just on
tumbling
these
around
three.
like
When we
cork in
get
the
to the
ocean.
fourth one, like all of
Who
these
knew
bugs
where
are
we'd
like
land?
basically gone.
Yeah.
And more
They actually know.
importantly,
They do know how to do like balanced UI and not break like QuickTime events and that stuff.
I swear. But you, again, that's a PS2 game, so you know it has quite a generation to leap. So
It was a PS2 to PS3, which also I can kind of think, but then PS3 did have backwards compatibility originally, but
yeah, we were
I
talking
think
about that
it's
earlier.
my-
Just the first ones, just the big boys.
that's the one that's why I still haven't gotten to buy a new PS3 because and all my PS2 games are basically just inert until I can find someone with an old fat PS3 or something.
Or just
Save
get
up enough
PS
to buy it.
PlayStation Plus Essentials Extra Plus,
things
or
were
whatever
going
it's called.
very well.
PlayStation Plus more.
We landed
PlayStation
somewhere
Plus
for
more
the
money.
looks of it.
I
Story.
actually still
I
have.
was slightly concerned when Bentley
full
broke out
hydro
the
buttons,
dinosaur
actually, with my brother,
repellent,
but we still
but that
have
was the least of my worries.
PlayStation
The crash
3
landing
on
had
there.
damaged the
It's
van,
got,
so
Oh,
the
nice.
time machine wasn't
PlayStation
working
3
properly.
mods. So we have the
Not only was
original
traveling back to
backwards
Paris
compatible.
impossible,
That's
we couldn't
awesome.
even raise Dimitri
Well, you
to
might
the
be
TV.
susceptible to the yellow light of death.
Also,
Just
That's
so
what
you
happened
know.
to
still had
mine.
no
That's
idea
what happened to
how
both
Paradox
mine.
managed to
We
develop
don't
its
exactly
own
have a
time
yellow
machine.
light of death. It just
And that
doesn't work.
was
Well, there's that.
Carmelita
But we
was
can always
still
get the
really
parts to
hot
make
about
it work.
things. I just
That's
wanted
what I
to
was saying happened to my
tell her
GameCube. It
how
just won't
sorry
read the
I was
disc.
for getting her mixed
Something
up in all
wrong.
this.
All
Before
right,
we
here's
had a
an
chance to
objective
talk,
complaint
she
with
stormed
PlayStation.
off in a
I am a
rage.
recent
I
PlayStation
tried going
convert.
after her, but
I started my life on
I figured
Nintendo,
that
went to
wasn't the
PlayStation,
best
then
idea.
transferred to Xbox, then came back
Our
to
conversation would
PlayStation.
have to
I
wait.
love my
At
PlayStation
least
5.
until she holstered that pistol.
Why is it that since the PS3
We decided
they
the first
have
order of
the
business was
most
figuring out where
cold
and when we
and
were,
like dangerous sounding
and then how we were going to
noise
repair the van.
to play when you turn it on?
Otherwise,
Like it sounds
we
like a
have to get used
bomb
to
has been
living in a
triggered
cave.
every time you turn on a
Permanently.
PlayStation. Compare it to like
Yeah.
an Xbox, which has a nice little jingle when you turn it on, but the PlayStation is just like this. When
Yeah,
you
that-
press, it's like, oh god, what's wrong?
Is a good question.
But I think it's because it's synonymous with the PlayStation. I press it, and I know it's on, no question. I also know I've turned on a PlayStation. That sound is there. Also, this could just be a guess. They bought too many speakers that make only that noise, and so they have to put them in. Like they have 12 billion of them, and they're like these are just going to be. The PlayStation 9 is still going to have these. So one of those is the right answer.
So, if I may ask, what console did you switch to Xbox? Was it the 360?
No,
Yeah, so I
well,
went from PS2 to 360.
Okay.
I
That makes
had.
sense because. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that it makes sense because I would say objectively, the Xbox 360 won that console generation.
Oh, without a doubt.
PlayStation really came back towards the end, but I would still say objectively Xbox One, which is kind of ironic because due to the fact that the Xbox 360 was kind of just known for dying with the whole
Yeah, the
ring
red light of
and all
death is
that.
way worse than the yellow
It's
light.
so weird that it was synonymous with that, but it's
Yeah. That eventually all Xboxes will get the red ring of death. You know, Colin, it's funny you said you've never seen me do it. I feel like this is the one I've done the most. And this level is the most Sly 4-y to me. Like, this is the one that I feel like most represents Sly 4. That might be wrong, but that might just be me.
Also, I would like to offer a counter to the 360 won the console wars and say that the Wii won those ones.
Yeah, but
Super Nintendo is like
but
half
if you
the
add that,
generation.
it just makes that completely unfair.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Wii
because
the
the
Wii is
Wii
not
completely
quite the
dominated.
same. It's not the same. That's a little. That's isn't that behind the Xbox? The Wii was before it, right? Because the Nintendo's like a half generation off of Sony and Xbox.
That's like saying which is the best fruit: apples, bananas, or pumpkins. Okay, no.
The
pumpkin is
360
worst.
came out in 2005. The Wii released in 2006,
All right, no, you're right.
and the PS3 also released in 2006. So
Yeah, no,
the
you're
Wii is
absolutely
the
right.
same console.
I would have to agree. I mean, numerically, the Wii was a revolution, right? Like that changed
I think
everything.
there's only like 5 consoles that have sold more than it, and
You know what the weirdest thing is to me,
The
though,
Switch
is
recently.
Yep, the
that
Switch.
the PS3 went through 4 variations of the same. There was the original
They
one
kept
that
cranking
hit
out.
the launch that was backwards compatible and was $600. They came out with a less expensive version of that. They had the PlayStation 3 Slim, and then they had the Super Slim.
Yeah,
Like,
it
and
was the
then
PlayStation 3's weight loss program.
I know, right?
and then they made a PlayStation 3 4 and wait, what? It's funny because I think I had the PS3. No, I eventually got the PS3. But I wanted an Xbox 360. I think I had an Xbox, a GameCube, and a PS2 rolling around somewhere. Um, but then I turned 30, which, if you do the math, is 360 months. And so I asked for everybody to give. I said, if I have 360 friends that each give me $1 for my 360-month birthday, I could get an Xbox 360. And so I had a whole campaign, and I just went around, like anybody I knew gave me $1, and I put it into a fund, and that's how I bought an Xbox 360.
The question is, were you also able to get some games with that?
I was, yeah, because people were generous. I think I ended up raising around $480 when it was all over. So I got a game and was able to jump into that, yeah. But then that was the only Xbox I ever. Oh no, 1 and 2, the 1 and the 360, and then that was it. Never needed another Xbox. Just the PlayStation, and then eventually the Wii U and the Switches.
It is honestly kind of weird how like the. Oh, sorry.
Oh, they
Oh, no,
look
go ahead.
cute, but those little
I was gonna
devils
say
are
that kind of
nasty.
it
This
sort of
isn't gonna
feels
be a
like the
simple pickup
Xbox is
slide.
kind of just like
Get some photos of their precise
fallen
locations,
off a little
and
bit.
I'll
Not because
analyze
like
them
they're
to
not still
formulate a
promoting it,
plan.
but like
But watch your back.
at
I
least
don't
from
think
what
we're the
I've seen, a
first
lot
guest
of the
at this
things that
park.
you can get
See
on
the
the
structure
Xbox, you
on
can
that
also
belt?
just
It
go
appears
play
to
on your
be some
computer.
kind of
Yeah.
conveyor belt system.
Well, and that we're seeing the reverse of that, of Steam being like, you know what? Let's build a console.
I smell rats, or possibly
And
something
these
even worse.
It turns out you can actually use mods on the Steam.
Bentley,
Oh, can you? That's
have
fun.
you heard
Yeah.
anything from
I mean, it is
Carmelita?
Steam, and they're all about modability.
Yeah.
I mean,
Modulation.
But yeah,
without mods, their Team Fortress would have been dead a long time ago because of
I know, pal.
yeah.
like the most
Gotta get her
recent
back.
update was just an entire
Promise.
made of community mods, pretty much.
That's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk more about how much we love mods.
Hey, are there more mods to see? I don't know where we are in time, but I'll need to wrap up soon. I don't know. Are there other people hoping to chat in the chat wings?
Yeah, there were. It's
So, Cole, Amelia, it is time for your final thoughts.
Well, what I was gonna say before is that I didn't get an Xbox 360 until I think it was 2015, 2016. I was
You fool.
really behind on consoles.
There's no point to that point. That's just silliness.
It's like more people
the
are
thing
joining
was
in the
is that
waiter chat.
I was always raised with the idea that if I wanted something, I have to work for it myself.
Sure. But by then, why didn't you buy a modern console?
Well, the thing is, I got it for free.
Oh, well, there you go.
So the story is that I was working at a grocery store, and me and this other kid that I was working with, we were outside bringing the carts inside,
Uh-huh.
and we were talking about gaming and all that stuff, and he mentioned that he had an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 and just had a 360 he didn't need anymore. And so I was jokingly just saying like, "Oh yeah, how much do you want for it?" He was like, "Oh, nothing, just happy."
Oh, that's
And
kind.
That's a nice friend.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
here's the thing. He said that he would bring it with him next time we're both working on the same time. And the entire time leading up to that, I was thinking, my luck is gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
But no, I saw him walking in carrying a brown big old paper bag,
not belong
and he gave me an Xbox 360, two controllers, a Kinect, Assassin's Creed 3, Grand
Wow.
Theft Auto 5, and Saints Row 4.
Big
Nice.
score. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's pretty great.
Yeah, and then I think it was 2018 I finally got a PS4.
Yeah. Let's come back when I don't look
eventually
so
upgraded to a
appetizing.
PlayStation 4 Pro. And then I want to say it was 2 years ago, or it was either early last year or late 2 years ago. No, wait. Yeah, no, it was last year. I finally got a PlayStation 5.
That's good.
And
Welcome
now,
to the modern
just
age.
a month ago, I finally got myself a PC. So
Oh, nice. Yeah.
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 That's good. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Colin, is Britze in the wings there? Is she hanging around?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, now she is. What the heck?
Yeah, 2 more people just joined into
I'll
the
bring
safe house.
Bring them all. Bring everybody in.
All right, the Cooper want to say anything? I'm sorry, I thought I took up your time.
Not really one to talk that much. I am just, looking.
I'm more of a thinker.
Yeah, I'm also more of a text chat type of person.
Sure.
Computer chat sort of thing.
Well,
It
thanks
took
for
me
being here.
So long to start actually talking in these my D&D group.
Yeah, I get it. Well, thanks for being here.
But yeah, glad to have been able to talk, and do hope to be able to do it some more, and also chat about a lot of other things too.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming around. Happy Monday.
Always.
I don't know, Bentley.
And
These little guys don't look so bad to me.
no, it's already the 29th over here. I was gonna
Got
say
it.
yesterday was my birthday, but it was 2 days ago.
Oh, well, happy birthday to you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.
You got it, pal.
Absolutely. You got it, pal. That's what Sly just said. So.
Oh,
Don't forget to go look out the out your windows tomorrow, because it's a blue moon.
Oh, good to know. Once in a blue moon. It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
actually.
the 30th. Is it the 30th or the 31st? I'll have to go check it out, and I'll post it in one of the rooms, because I know there is a full moon that's coming up.
Yeah, it's not actually blue.
One of the months.
It just means it's the second blue moon. So, or second full moon. But yeah.
It's corrupted by Sly.
That's good. All right, you guys have a great night.
You
You
too.
as well.
And Colin, you can bring. Who you got? 4 in the chat there.
Yeah, we got 4.
Just bring them all in.
Britze, Cody Merrick, Stargos, and Zen.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Happy Monday.
Tuesday here.
Right, you're in the future
wasn't-
timeline.
The live
Yeah.
stream today because we have classes tomorrow. I'm drawing the raccoon boy with my new tablet.
Well, I'm busy tomorrow, and I skipped last week because of my GameCube breaking. So I was like, I gotta do it tonight. So here we are. I mentioned it earlier on the screen. I took the whole thing apart, adjusted the potentiometer, which is the thing that calibrates the laser. Very satisfying. Had to buy a game bit screwdriver. I did the whole thing and never got it to work. And so then,
After all that.
yeah, the next step would be buying things. Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe you should send it. Yeah, maybe you should send it to me since I did and managed to fix my PlayStation 3, which wouldn't run on any of the games, and my PlayStation 1. But I'm not sure if I can fix the GameCube.
I looked it up and talked to Zane, who was one of our former mods, and he was like, after this point, you're talking about buying replacement parts to fix things, and I'm like, that's just not That's just not the same thing as having my chill old GameCube on the shelf for 20 years. So,
replacement parts are so expensive.
yeah, they sure are. Yeah.
Get you some cheap ones here in Japan.
You could. Yes.
It's true.
I think I need. It's the laser. It won't read. So I think I need a new optical drive. So we should talk.
I've heard a few.
Yeah.
I've seen a few tutorials and stuff, but yeah, the laser is always going to be the problem.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to my PlayStation 3 and my PlayStation 1 when I first received them. Like I had no idea what was going on with it. And, so basically it's the laser lens that's the problem, which is very common. So I tried looking it up and I crossed my fingers to hope to God that it works. And sure enough, both of them worked the moment I replaced some of the parts.
All came together in the end. Britse, you earlier in chat asked a very important question, which is how is Secrets of the Obscure going? And I'll just say that I think my expectations were low because I knew it wasn't a full expansion in the way we've seen previous expansions with new elite professions, new mounts, and new stuff. And I got the impression they kind of threw it together. They did it in a year rather than the other one. And frankly, I think, if I'm honest with myself, End of Dragons was not super fun. I didn't enjoy it as much as I had the previous two expansions or the original game. And so I think my joy for Guild Wars had waned a little. And this has been absolutely delightful, like a resurgence of that drive to go do the things and get the achievements and acquire the stuff has been reinvigorated in me, despite the fact that there are some real obvious corner cutting in it, that the map is just recycling all the other maps.
Yes.
But you know what? I don't care. I like the alternate reality, what if, Avatar, Skylander nature of it, of like there are these islands. So the new map in Guild Wars 2 is a bunch of islands, reimagining key events throughout the history of the game, where something else happened on them. And they're just sort of floating Avatar style, like they're in planet Unobtainium. And it works. I have fun. I'm enjoying it. So what are your takeaways?
My thoughts are very similar to yours. Like, I jumped on Guild Wars quite late because I was during the hiatus between Icebreed Saga and End of Dragons. So when End of Dragons came out, I really enjoyed that. But I think there's a lot more, at least with this new expansion. Like, I really like the new Skyscale track.
I wondered. I thought of you specifically because the new Skyscale track allows people to acquire a Skyscale in a fraction of the time, and you just grinded that game in a year to get. I mean, I think you're beyond me now in terms of achievement level, because I slacked off in End of Dragons, which means you have poured a lot of time into a game in a short amount of time, and then to see that they're like, and now you can have the Skyscale for probably like a quarter of the amount. Yeah, you can have it for free, but then you can earn it for a quarter of the amount of time. I wondered if you were like, come on, guys.
I was a little upset, but I can see kind of how they've tried to work up the mastery tracks to add a boost to if you've already done all the work. I still think it's a little unbalanced, but I do like at least the new combat features. Because I enjoyed the turtle a lot, because I play a lot with
Brent. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so it's just nice to add to combat that way. I was very frustrated with that. Starting the story, it's like, oh, here's a Skyscale, enjoy.
Yeah, and I think they were smart. And then, are you going to get a legendary?
I would like to. I mean, even though my mastery level is higher than yours, I don't have, is it 3 legendaries?
I think I have 4. I have
4 legendaries.
I have 4 legendaries now. And yeah, I think I'll go for the Bifrost. I mean, because at the rate that the astral currency is distributed, I'll have enough to buy the first legendary chests, you know, within the next 70 days. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I do that?
Absolutely.
And then I would easily, with all the other resources I have, be able to pick up the needed things to pick up a weapon. But the legendary that I've always wanted, I have no use for it because I don't play a character that uses a greatsword, is the Twilight. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I do. I don't use a greatsword either, but I want it.
I want it so bad, and the genius of it is that it changes between two different legendaries, whether or not it's night or day on your map, and I'm like, come on, come on, it's two legendaries in one, and it will take so long. So now that this is like, well, I bet a future one, maybe, I don't know. So, so the joy is back. The joy of Guild Wars has returned. That's where I'm at.
No, I'm really happy to hear that. That's great. What did you think about losing the dailies?
Dude, it was so... You're so kind. And everyone else on the stream and in the chat is like, nerds, 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 nerds. But... so everyone can relate to this. I have been doing the daily login for myself, my son, and my daughter for almost 9 years on 3 separate accounts every day, logging in and getting it to the point where up until about 1.5 years ago when I streamed the pirate game with Jimmy, and I forgot to log in, I had perfect attendance on those things. Like literally, I could map the day of the week based on what daily login Guild Wars had. And when I logged in, when that day, because I didn't know how it was gonna. I don't read the blogs as much because I enjoy discovering it. And which might be a mistake because I should probably prepare for things, but because I logged in and I was like, oh my gosh, the button's gone. There's still a daily login reward and we're still able to do it, but the rhythm and the collection of those pile of things for my son's account, he has 111 legendary chest, or the final chest that has the laurels. That's,
oh my god.
You earn those every 28 days. So 28 days times 111 is how... 112, actually, is how long I was doing that. And now I don't do that. So I definitely feel disoriented, for sure.
Too.
Yeah.
I've been doing like the daily tasks and things for the last few months, like leading up, you know, to the new expansion and stuff. And I didn't realize they were going to can it as well. So I log in, it's like, oh, there's new content, but I don't know what to do.
Well, I don't know where it is. And dailies used to really suck. They used to be weeklies and monthlies before the daily login. It was a terrible system. And now this system is kind of goes back to that a little, but it does a better version of that. Like I think it's nicer. So all that to say, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, now we'll talk about whatever anybody else wants to talk about.
There we go.
How about that Sailor Moon? Am I right or what?
I would have liked it if she was here, but she's busy right now.
That one. How dare she? Don't believe her. We're all nerds here, Nautilus. Thank you, Nautilus.
So, how's about that PlayStation production video that they just uploaded to their website?
What about it?
Well, I saw on Twitter that a lot of people were checking the website out, and it turns out that they may have hinted for a PlayStation IP getting his or her own movie or TV series.
Oh, very fun. I assume it would be Ratchet and Clank.
They
were in the thing, so I would guess.
Well, Ratchet and Clank wasn't in that video actually.
They were in the intro of it.
Yeah,
PlayStation
the
Productions.
other intro. Oh, but this one's a little different. They were just doing like an introduction video for the website, and apparently two people saw that one of the there was like 3 characters that they speculate. One was the main character from Days Gone was in the video, which we were always familiar about. Then someone speculated that there's Cat from Gravity Rush was also in that video, but
Mm.
someone also saw that apparently the other like PlayStation character that was in there was Sir Daniel Fortescue from Medieval.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's a fun one.
I already know what's
And-
gonna come from this.
What?
And it turns out that
Everyone's gonna say Sly.
Yeah, everyone, they always say Sly.
Well,
And then it's gonna be back to asking Kevin about Sly.
Yep.
well, that's the thing. Nobody saw Sly in that video, sadly.
Yeah, I know, but it's gonna come.
They'll
anyway.
still-
Basically,
that-
if anything
yeah.
mysterious is mentioned by PlayStation, everyone thinks it's Sly.
I've come to the conclusion on this, or maybe the admittance, that I think Sony and PlayStation has decided that Sly is not an IP worth their time because he's a thief, and I think that's what they've decided. That
Yeah, that's their job.
All that because he's just a thief. He's more than just a thief.
I know, I know,
It's an idea.
but I
You say that. Meanwhile, we have thief characters like Joker from Persona, and he got his own anime.
yeah, but I think what Sly targets is a young audience, and that I don't think it can garner a young audience as a thief in the way it did 20 years ago. And I think they're just like, it's a complicated IP from another time, and let's just leave it in the past. That's what I think. That's what I think is happening.
Yeah.
That's my
That cliffhanger. That cliffhanger is proof.
yeah. They're just
One thing I've learned is that some people are actually desperate, and that some people are actually desperately trying to make their own new versions of Sly Cooper. Heck, I even found this really cool project that some people are working on Twitter. Rise of the Legendary Thief.
Oh, I love that so much.
That's right. Cruxicon, this guy, he has put together a huge, massive team working on this project. And even though it's not ready yet, this looks fantastic. You might actually see some familiar faces on Twitter on this account, but I actually remember that a couple of years ago, I actually made a really cool video related, sort of, but it's actually during my actual time as a college student. I might not be able to show you the real video, but you might hear a few familiar things.
I think that's actually my ringtone.
I was gonna say, what was that? Also, I have some big news.
Yeah, what's your big news?
Well, yeah, last week, I kind of got in touch with and had an interview with the creator of Final Space, Owen Rogers.
Oh, nice.
Because of what happened in the show, he has this thing that he's offering is like, he can help people who are working on projects and stuff, like their own series, like their own movies and shows or whatever. And I saw that he had one for script reading, which was like, I actually just recently finished the script for my project Intergalactic, and well, I figured why not? I could use the professional opinion anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I did that too.
Ah, sweet.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
And I also got a new
Did he include
setup.
what you say?
He hasn't read it yet, but he's gonna give me an update this week.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous about it because I've never really done anything this professional before.
Yeah, I haven't even done
Yeah,
it.
he's a really, really nice guy. He's the kind of guy that once you talk to, like, it's no surprise how much of a success he is and how many people want to work with him, because he's the kind of guy that his personality, you want to like work with him on a project.
I know.
He's so welcoming and kind that, like, yeah, he's gonna be Olin Rogers. He got his start on YouTube on a comedy sketch show called Balloon Shop.
That's a great name.
Yeah. This is and yeah. I just really, really hope that everything with Intergalactic goes well, because it's been my passion project for like years now, and I just want it to turn out all right.
Absolutely. Well, and getting feedback like that is invaluable. So that's great. Shadow Z896, thank you so much for being here, and happy Monday to you. Sorry, just reading some chats.
Oh, I figured. Also, I can't wait to show you guys this part I just finished practicing on my new tablet. It's Sly, of course.
Nice.
Everything comes back to me drawing that.
It's all
I'm
about
also trying new
Sly.
effects, because I've gotten better, I think.
Nice.
Keep going, Sly. Oh. I love the lava bubbles. Is that a thing I should be worried about in real life?
Man.
I like that Sly essentially gets superpowers just for wearing the skin of another animal and just.
Yeah.
know.
I love how he's not bothered by it at all.
Don't think about
Like,
it too
if
much,
I-
guys.
Well, they have the most BS excuses. In this one, the DNA resonance or something is giving him the powers, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, who cares?
Just like, how does he wear it and not question it at all? Like, why does he have this on his freaking bed?
Yeah. Right, and why that one? Why that one?
Yeah, like, it's not your color? Why? That's a body!
What is everybody's thoughts on Sonic Frontiers Update 3? Nochlus wants to know.
Is it
It
out
looks
yet?
really cool. It looks really
pretty
interesting.
Like, I was really impressed with the trailer, and I can't wait to see what was going on with that trailer, because Sonic's eyes went from red to blue when he was in super form. Wonder what that'll
I
be
just
all
hope
about.
when you play as the other characters, they're not like, you know, like fuzzy. Like I want, like, you know, they're not like computerized. I want to actually play
Yeah.
as like Knuckles, Knuckles, not Knuckles.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm surprised they didn't do anything about the whole part that happens when the thing does. I'm not saying what it is because of spoilers.
Yeah.
The thing with the stuff, you know, when the
Yeah,
thing
the
happens,
thing,
the
And we
thing.
haven't gone to the part where the thing happens yet.
Look out for the thing.
The thing. It's
I
a
love.
thing.
I love. Sonic Frontiers just reminds me of like the good old days of like Sonic Adventure 2, when like the characters would just get serious about like what's going on.
Yeah.
They take their situations seriously. Like when Eggman
Uncomfortably
is sitting next to Sonic,
serious. It's like, yeah. Go ahead.
If you listen to Dr. Eggman's like audio logs in the game, it's like this guy's dealing with some real existential stuff.
Well, no.
He's gonna
Everyone's
crack
having an
soon, I
existential
just know
A
it.
reliable source tells me we're
Like an
distantly
No.
related.
I've actually been
Not
thinking.
sure what to
Are you
say.
familiar with the
It's
Netflix series
truly
Carmen San
amazing to
Diego,
meet
like
you.
the computer games, but she's a good
what's
guy in
your
this
name?
one?
Yeah, the prequels. My kids
name's
love that
Sly.
show.
Sly Cooper.
Aww.
Well,
I
not the
didn't know that.
prequels. Ones that recently came out on Netflix just a few years ago.
Well,
It's like
if-
he could have
How about I just
Sly
call
Cooper could have a
you
really cool
Bob?
crossover with Carmen San Diego, because they sort of do the same thing. They do the wrong thing by stealing from other people, but they actually steal from criminal syndicates.
Come on.
Yeah, but she's a human. No, if it's the same show, it's like how she becomes Carmen San Diego. She's like young, and they're all like everybody's young. It's like a young Carmen San Diego.
Yeah, but she is a young adult in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same show. It's good. It's a fun show. It's a nice reboot.
I was gonna say is
We got Bob
that actually
safely back to the
mentioning
hideout,
that
where
always brought
everyone
me to
took
this
an
conundrum
immediate
where
liking to it.
I'm like, so he steals
And
from
he
other
took an
thieves,
immediate
but like
interest in
just
our
other thieves.
gadgets.
So why is it
While he was
considered
busy,
illegal
Billy
if it's
provided
from
the
thieves and
background
not
on his
anyone
former
else?
captor.
Like,
You know, well,
I don't
in
understand.
Sly 1, they made it pretty clear that he does steal from anybody, because the van would get loaded up with other loot, and it's like, well, where did that stuff come from? So
They raise so many questions. Every game, it's like so many questions.
And for a while, he enjoyed a
yeah, I think that's kind of my point. Like, it's like they're like it's just a complicated IP. It's from another time.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Someday somebody's going to be in charge and say, we're making a 6-game series all in the Sly Cooper style, and it's gonna happen.
It's gonna.
gonna-
That's what my goal for my career is.
Yeah, there's several
You don't have
people.
to wait about 25 years. hers or so, because that's what happened in
After we
certain
pried
other
Bob
games I
away
know,
from Bentley's
where
tools,
they never had a
he
game
explained
in
how
so
Grizz
long,
had
and then
appeared
a
and
few
started
years later
harvesting
they
all the
just
pterodactyl
can
eggs in the
get a
area,
game came after
eliminating
that.
his role as food provider for the tribe and greatest
Well,
ape
sometimes
thief
it happens.
ever.
Look at freaking F-Zero. It's not even
Depressed,
allowed to
he'd
have
gone
its own
into a
game
slump
anymore.
Why? Why is that?
And gotten out
Because
of
Mario
shape.
Kart exists.
Oh.
Reason to have
Because
a
of the
F-Zero.
Take the
F-Zero,
new tool
because of
he'd
the
invented to help him steal eggs.
the zero gravity
So
mechanic
it
in
looked
that
like
game.
the very first Cooper
There's
kingdom
a.
had been
They
stolen from
don't
Bob.
need another racing game.
We may have
That's
rescued Bob and
fascinating.
but we still need
And then because there was an F-Zero style game. Yeah, exactly. They're like they cannibalize it. There was an F-Zero style game on the PS3, right? I think I have it here. Was that what it's called?
No, but Jack X was
no.
actually no. Jack X was nothing like F-Zero.
Wipeout. Wipeout HD.
Yeah, Wipeout. That was like PlayStation's F-Zero.
Yeah, I mean pretty much F-Zero.
And
Except for
that
it's in
meant we
HD.
had to get him back into human shape.
Yeah,
Fast.
Luke, Wipeout. That's right. I'm gonna be Captain Falcon for Halloween. It'll be good.
Please
do.
It'll be good.
I'm gonna be myself.
The terrifying version of myself.
Man, I've always wanted to try like genuine like costume ideas though.
There was
It's expensive.
there was a show that I've fallen back into from my youth called Flintstones Kids. It's exactly what it sounds like. And Barney Rubble dressed up for Halloween as a man-eating plant on that show. And ever since then, I've always wanted to be for Halloween a man-eating plant. I just thought that would be the ultimate Halloween costume. So I've been thinking about actually doing it finally. Like I'm gonna make my dreams come true.
How does that costume work?
Well, for him, he had a big pot. He's an animated character, right? So he has a big pot around his waist, and then his chest was like a plant stalk, and then he had a big like bulb around his head, but inside the bulb was his face. So kind of like Seymour from or Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horror. Yeah.
You could like make it open and closed.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
It's cool.
Yeah, but so my mom used to make our Halloween costumes, and I could be a wizard or a dog or whatever. And I told her I wanted to be this man-eating plant. And she's like, I don't know how to do that. She's like, well, draw it. And I'm like, how about this? She's like, yeah, I can't make that. Like, I make clothes. So I think that's why I want it. Someday it's gonna happen.
One of the costumes that I want to try out, there's actually a few costumes I have a list for her. Like one of them, Sailor Moon, of course. I don't hate to spell it out, but the other one is basically Lynn from a game called Ghost Trick, which is the game I mentioned before. Her on here, and she's basically a detective in the Ghost Trick games. With her character, she tends to die a lot in this game.
Oof.
But she does get revived a lot.
Well, that's a good balance.
Man, I gotta say, one of the many things I've always wanted to try as a costume is Sly Cooper, but not where I like paint my face to look like his, but rather I make a helmet that looks like his face.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've seen people do the makeup thing, and I'm sorry, but it is creepy as heck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never really got the appeal of like makeup instead of like, masks and helmets and stuff.
I think there's many different ways you could interpret it in like different styles as well.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's true.
Oh, it doesn't like this. I think now with the advent of COVID masks, you can get away with a lot. And just you get some Sly Cooper sunglasses and a COVID mask, you're there.
Yeah, I wear a mask every time I leave the house.
Well, there you go. I think, you know, I always said if we got 50,000 viewers, I'd cosplay as Sly. How about for 30,000, I'll cosplay as Bob.
That would be incredible.
Remember something very interesting, something that was never really touched up on in the Sly Cooper series. So we all knew about his dad, how Connor Cooper actually stole the greatest diamond in the world and he had a game of his own. But what about Sly Cooper's mother? There wasn't really a lot of information.
Well, and that
sort of slight of hidden about it in Sly 2 when he said Clocker caught up with his parents and he wound up in an orphanage.
Yeah. Yeah, and even that diamond and the like a lot of that is fan driven stuff. Like there's not other than
how did people figure out his dad's name? That was never spoken.
It was never spoken. It's never
The
written.
game guide. It was in a guide for Thieves in Time. They gave him the name Connor.
Yeah, it was
For Thieves in Time?
Yeah, it was like the game manual.
It was in the
Thieves in Time has a game manual?
It did.
He pauses and reaches to the shelf.
Or was it the collection? Either way, it was in a Sly game manual.
You don't know your own dad's name?
I could try reading the manual I have.
No, there's no manual in Thieves in Time. There's no manual in there.
I meant to. No. The guide is basically for the trilogy, the
Oh.
Sly Cooper collection.
It's
where
been
there was
ages.
a
I'm
guide
sorry. I'm
where
confused.
he said Connor Cooper.
Are you saying guidebook or manual that comes with the game?
No, guidebook. It was
Oh.
the guidebook that was supposed to be a guidebook for the Sly trilogy. That
Oh.
Sons were released, and it was published by Sony. Which a lot of people assume that was canon because if anything was published by Sony or something, that had to be canon.
I would agree with that, and they probably knew that. I don't think I own that. It's all 3 games. Was it done by Sanzaru when the trilogy came out on PS3?
Yes, at least that's what I've heard from some of the people and like Twitter or something. And I even had to go on the Sly Wiki to see if that was also true. I could be wrong. For all I know, it's been a while since I've been on that wiki page, but I could have sworn I remember seeing it from there.
Well, I've heard it said many people assume it's Connor, so I know it's pretty strong. But I agree with Colin. And I recorded the game, so I never knew his name. He's Sly's dad. It never came up. So.
What about Sly's mom? Even though we only got one reference of her, it was just from. Just that flashback.
Well, I'll reveal the thing that you've all speculated this entire time. Because of the betrayal and the time travel, it was Penelope. Sly's mom is Penelope.
I knew it. The resemblance is uncanny.
That's why she hates him so much. Yeah. It's just like, how you took my husband from me. You terrible human being. Yeah, it's real dark. It's real dark.
That's the truth, I'm afraid.
Sorry to interrupt, but I actually am on the Sly Wiki right now, and apparently from the trivia poll about Sly's dad, his first name Connor was in a Disney Adventure Game Time special magazine.
Wow, that's
from
specific.
2002, apparently.
Okay.
And apparently it was considered unofficial until Randy Games the Sly Collection official strategy guide in 2010.
There's only one person who can decide this. It's Dev Madden. He would be the one. So get that guy on the phone.
There's even
okay.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Also, I gotta ask because I've always been curious about this. Sorry. How many do you remember any scrap lines you had, Kevin?
No, not a ton. I mean, it usually goes the other way. That I don't remember recording a line and then it's in the game. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I remember saying that. That's usually the more way it goes. There's for Sly 4 and Heroes on the Move, there were some rewrites and some redoing of scenes. But I wouldn't say anything of I'm waiting for that funny thing, and then it doesn't show up. That kind of never happened.
I see. I get that.
They're pretty efficient with it, you know, and so much of the action in a game isn't what the voice actors say. It's all the other stuff that, you know. I definitely saw an early build of Sly 2 that looked nothing like the final game. Like, I played the Sly 2 build, and then maybe 9 months later the game came out, and I was like, it looks different, it plays different, the methodology is different, and when I played the little portion of it they built, Nate Fox told me in real time, you are impacting the development of this game right now. He took the feedback from me playing it and immediately changed what the game was based on me trying the first few levels. And
Sorry, I'm just a person who loves to hear about production and stuff.
Yeah, that was fascinating. And it was hard. That's why I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what's going on. And Sly looked different in my memory of, like, he was taller and lankier. Like, everything about it was a different experience. And then there were elements of it that showed up in the final game. But what I was expecting, based on that, was not the game that we all came to know and love, Sly 2. So.
Also, hi to Tanya.
Hi.
We've been
hi.
ignoring you the entire time, and I just want to.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Julie.
Hi.
Well, now that Titania's here, I'm ending the stream, so let's...
Time to disappear into nothingness like I always wanted to.
Oh, no. No, always lovely to have you here, Titania. It's just late, and it's time to end it.
I have to get up at 9 in the morning tomorrow.
Let's go to bed now. Hey, let's all give one solid clap for Pumpkin Floor Guy Colin. Ready? Just one clap. There you go. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And for Titania, as many snaps as you think she deserves.
I
totally did
inverse snap because I want to give negative snaps.
I took some of your snaps away.
A flick.
Or hopefully my PlayStation hiatus is almost over, because so far I had to borrow my roommate's PlayStation until he had to move out, so mine's coming back to town.
Congratulations.
I can't wait to play Sly Cooper again.
Get in it. I also need to thank who rated us earlier. Inedible tastes like chicken. It was disgusting, but thank you for the raid.
Crispy armadillo.
Crispy
and death.
Crispy armadillo. Knockless knows the Flintstone Kids show. That's great. Yeah, it was called Flintstones Kids. It's on Boomerang. You can watch it there. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. All right, who are we raiding tonight? Where are we going?
Excellent exhaustion, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta run now. Bye.
Okay, bye.
You're the only one streaming Sly Cooper right now.
Who is?
You are.
Oh, on all the games?
Yeah, I just looked up Sly Cooper and you're the only one.
All right, let's raid Alice then. Alice at Wonderland Games. Let's do it. She's got good content. She's got 281 people. Wow. Chimichanga. She used to put up my kind of numbers. What am I doing that what am I doing that she's not doing? Like, why? She is literally 10 times the viewers. She's a good streamer though.
I gotta be honest with you, even though I have been streaming for a short while, I actually have never streamed on a PlayStation before. Only on my computer.
Well, I'm not streaming. I'm streaming on a computer. I'm just playing a PlayStation, but I'm not streaming from the PlayStation.
But it would be a thrill to actually play on a PlayStation and stream on it. Especially, I'm actually going to probably do Sly Cooper first thing when I stream.
Well, you need a capture card and a splitter and a lot of luck. So good.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to work very hard to be sure I accomplish this goal.
I believe it.
And to be sure I get past all my schoolwork, of course.
All right, we're gonna raid her. Here comes Alice. Whee! Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
And I'm hitting the stop stream. Start stream.